That's enough.
You're talking to me like that because of her?
No, I'm talking like this because you are wrong. She is my wife. You will respect her.
I am your mother.
And I honor you. But I will not let you destroy my home. If you cannot respect her, you cannot come here again.
So she has taken my son.
No.
You will regret this.
No.
They say every marriage has a beginning, but nobody tells you that some love stories begin beautifully and end up fighting painful family battles. My name is not important, but my true life story is, because this is the story of the husband I married and the wicked mother-in-law who almost destroyed our marriage. I met Daniel on a quiet afternoon at a roadside cafe. At that time, I never imagined that a simple conversation would become the beginning of an emotional African love story filled with family conflict, relationship, struggles, and painful marriage lessons. Daniel smiled at me, and from that moment, everything changed. Daniel was from the southwest, I was from the northeast. We came from two different tribes, two different cultures, and two different family traditions. But love has a way of making people believe that relationship differences do not matter. We worked every day, we laughed every day, we planned our future like every young couple dreaming of a successful marriage. Daniel made me feel safe, he made me feel chosen. Many women entering marriage, I believe that love alone could solve every family problem. The first day Daniel took me to his mother's house, I was nervous but hopeful. Every woman wants acceptance from her future mother-in-law. Every wife wants peace before marriage begins. But my mother-in-law looked at me and saw only one thing, a woman from another tribe. The moment she heard where I came from, her eyes turned cold. That was the beginning of my mother-in-law problem. That was the first sign that my marriage would not be a peaceful love story, but a difficult family drama. Daniel would love me enough to marry me even without his mother's blessing. Like many women in emotional relationship stories, I told myself that once the wedding was over, the family conflict would settle down. I was wrong. Sometimes marriage does not end problems. Sometimes marriage exposes the real battle. After the wedding, my mother-in-law became a constant shadow over our home. She never called before visiting. She barged into our house whenever she wanted. She criticized the way I clean. She criticized the way I cook. She criticized the way I love her son. One day she opened my refrigerator and threw every food I had prepared into the trash. She said I was feeding her son unhealthy meals, but what she really threw away that day was my dignity as a wife. If you have ever experienced toxic in marriage, in-law behavior, or emotional abuse in marriage, or controlling family members, then you will understand exactly how broken I felt. The hardest part of every relationship is not always the enemy outside. Sometimes it's the silence inside the marriage. Daniel loved me, yes, but he stayed quiet. And every time his mother insulted me and he said nothing, I felt abandoned. This became one of the husband and wife issue in our marriage. I cried at night, asking myself the same question. Many wives ask in family conflict situations, can love survive without protection? One insult at a time, one humiliation at a time, one tear at a time, until one day the heart can no longer pretend to be strong. My mother-in-law attacked me again, insulting my tribe, my upbringing, and my value as a wife. And that day, I finally asked her the question, what had haunted my marriage? Why do you hate me so much? I expected anger. I did not expect the truth. Before my mother-in-law could continue, Daniel did something that changed our relationship forever. He stood up for me. For the first time in our marriage, my husband defended his wife against toxic family interference. He looked at his mother and told her she could no longer disrespect me in our home. In that moment, I saw not just a son, I saw a real husband. Sometimes one decision can save a marriage, and Daniel's decision that day saved hers. And few days later, we visited my mother-in-law, not because the pain was gone, because every successful relationship needs closure, understanding and healing. To my surprise, she welcomed us warmly. For the first time, there was no shouting, no humiliation, no hatred. Only a woman carrying the years of emotional wounds. My mother-in-law finally told me the hidden reason she fought my marriage from the beginning. Her first son had married a woman from another tribe. That woman cheated on him, betrayed the family, and destroyed their trust. Since then, my mother-in-law stopped seeing women from outside her tribe as individuals. She saw us all as potential betrayal. I realized that behind every wicked attitude was an unresolved family trauma. I held her hand and told her something simple but powerful. Not every woman is the same. Not every marriage ends in betrayal. Not every love story deserves punishment. Because of somebody's hair's mistake, tribe does not define loyalty. Character does. Love does not come from geography. Trust comes from the hearts. That day, my mother-in-law cried, Daniel cried, and I cried too. Years of family conflict melted into one moment of understanding. We shared a meal together, we laughed together, and for that first time since my wedding day, I truly felt like a daughter in that family. The emotional truth life story taught me one powerful marriage lesson. Sometimes the people who hurt us the most are people who are bleeding from the old wounds, and sometimes healing a relationship begins when one person chooses understanding over revenge. If this story touched your heart, then you already know that family wounds can run deeper than we imagine. Tell me in the comments, have you ever faced a toxic mother-in-law or family rejection in marriage? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more emotional African true life stories, and turn on the notification bell so you will never miss our next powerful family drama. Another touching story is waiting for you on the screen right now. Click and keep watching. And don't forget to follow me also on Facebook. Tales by Julie.
People are not wicked, they are just wounded. And healing begins the moment we choose understanding over judgment.
Yeah.